Started working on the Grom a little bit ahead of time. This is the damage I'm trying to replace and get rid of. I have to replace the whole frame because I bent the hell out of this. But yeah, I'm getting her down to her bones. We got all of the wiring harness off of the front and the motor. I'm able to drop it now without much hassle, I believe. If I do, I'll just have to ask a friend. I need to get the exhaust off. I'm not gonna do that tonight though. Shit. Right here, the green, that's where all those grounds are. That right here connects to this weird box. Cable, this weird cable, connects up here. Another one. These cables right here, they connect from this box to these little two cables right here. That's the brake light switch, I believe. You want to get all that disconnected though and moved off of this piece of rubber just slides on there. And yeah, so I disconnected all the cables. These two black ones might be a little confusing, but they're set up in a way that it's kind of hard not to mess. You can't put male to male and female to female, and you wouldn't put the female and male on the same side to each other. This right here goes to the engine, connects right here, and I believe that's everything for the front. So I have no idea where I am from last video, but I removed the ignition coil and spark plug combo, so that's what's here. Then I removed the canister, so that's what goes to the top right of a canister. This goes to the bottom left of the canister. And this is the canister that I'm talking about. Maybe this isn't the canister, but if it's not, please let me know what it is. I don't really know a lot about motorcycle parts. I believe now, so I just moved the computer. I believe that's the ECU or CDI or whatever the fuck it's called for this. I'm gonna unplug all of these. Right? And then I guess I'll remove this, unplug that, and I believe that's gonna be everything. Shock and the two motor mounts, drop the motor. I'll try to leave it hanging and then replace the frame, like just remove it and then drop a new frame on top and just build it up from there. Before I do this as well, for the routing of the fuel pump, this fuel line right here connects to that right there, right? And then it runs all the way down to this and then continues routed through here and then down to this point. So let's just be aware of that. I wanted to do this with the GoPro on, but I'm very impatient, so I just started working on the Grom already. I got the gas tank off. I'll just do a little explanation on how that works. There's one, I think it's this one right here. It ties down to there, and then two over here. And then there's this gas line, and then it connects to this bottom of the canister. And then it has a free flowing line. Then the part that connects to the canister goes through here to hide it. What I'm working on is getting this wiring harness worked from the front to the back. I'm gonna reuse these lights, especially since I already have 3M tape. So I'm gonna reuse those on the new frame. I'm gonna get this harness though pulled through so that I can just drop the engine tomorrow, hopefully, and then just put the new frame on. I don't have a new tire or a new wheel yet for the front. So maybe I could take a little break and just get it up to there. Hardest thing in the world. You just have to take your time. I'm probably the first person to have to do this on a 2025 Grom, but here's the damage. This is what totaled me out. Would have been a $5,000 repair, even though it's a $200 part, but it is the most labor intensive repair you can do. It's the frame of a Grom. So yeah, don't get into an accident like I did. Before I forget, let's try to do a quick rundown. This metal box with this wire connects here with one bolt. Then the wiring harness at this point, I believe, just connects right there. Okay. This wiring harness right here with this connects to this front part. I haven't removed anything else from that point, I believe. This belongs to the air box. I will label that before I put everything away. Ow. Okay, that belongs to the air box. Next, I'm probably gonna take this off. So that's to this canister right here. That then goes to the throttle body, I believe, or the injectors. This cable right here I need to take off. I believe I need to take off this entire little area right here and disconnect this top off. But that's it. I just wanted to make sure I knew what was going on at this point. So this is where I'm at so far. Got most of it out. I don't have my 10 millimeters to do this, so I'm gonna go to Harbor Freight tomorrow. I don't even know if it's a 10 millimeter, maybe it's a 12. I don't really want to try right now. Maybe I will. So I got most of this out of the way and through. That's why it's over here. I'm going and labeling all my bolts and everything as I go, and then putting them away. Because you have to be an organized person when you want to keep everything together. And then here is the harness with the horn. So to get the horn off, what I found was easiest was to just remove the bolt from the front right here and then undo the clip, and then easy. But yeah, I don't really have much to say. I'm kind of tired. I'm just doing this so that tomorrow when I get the frame replacement, I have an easier time and it's not like I'm just jumping into this project from nothing. Before fully continuing, I just want to take a little video of where all these wires are right now. This is the starter. So this is that white cable right there. This is from the right side of the engine to the left. And it's a little clip. There's also this right here, which clips onto the bottom and also to this. This is the kickstand sensor, which I believe connects to that green cable. Then there's this right here, which also connects to, I believe, this right there. Then we have all these leads, which connect into that. So don't want to mess that up, right? That goes from the inside of the motor to the left. Okay, what else do I need to be aware of? Let's move over to this side. We have the starter, the spark plug cable, but that's okay. So yeah, that's what that is. Not the spark plug. I think this is the O2 sensor. So we can leave that dangling towards this side. I believe that's all. I have all that I need to be disconnected. So I think the engine's ready to be dropped. Just gotta take the exhaust off, and hopefully I don't mess up the wiring harness and I can put it all back on. And right here is the frame from Honda. Took like 2.5 months. I ordered it basically days after my accident. So yeah, let's take it out the box. Well, first, let's make sure I have everything taken off from the engine, the wiring harness off the engine, drop the motor, and get ready to replace the frame. We first need to drop the forks in the front though, after dropping the motor, and then disconnect it from the suspension, the shock right there, and then disconnect the subframe from the frame, and hopefully I can just slap on the new frame. So yeah, move the subframe onto the new frame. I can just lay out the wiring harness how it should be after I reconnect the swing arm, and then I can put the motor back in and then just get everything re-hooked up, and I should have a working Grom again. So I'm just excited to see how this all ends out. So I took the new frame out of the box, out of this box, but not out of its box, I guess. I still want this to support it just for now. I want to make sure I am aware of what I'm missing on this frame, get it put onto this frame, and then build it up. But it's beautiful. I can't wait to get this stamped at my local police department and hopefully get this Grom a nice rebuilt title, even if it's 2025. Jeez. but I'm very happy. This is only $220, but it took a very long time to get here. So as soon as you crash your shit, if you know you're gonna fix it, just buy it. So this is what I'm 90% sure is the tilt sensor. It has a little ball. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be working, but yeah, that goes right there. I'm gonna be replacing that onto the new frame, and just little by little get all that stuff like the kickstand and everything out. I'm gonna be reusing this bearing and bearing race and stuff. But let me show you some more up front. The exact damage. I was going around 30 miles an hour when I hit the curb and then fell like 10 feet, 15 feet. So yeah, the fact that it's only that, and I don't even think that the original forks are that bent, it's pretty insane. And also the fact that I only broke my elbow, so I'm very blessed by the Lord. But yeah, that's definitely not good for the frame. Yeah, it was all the way, the wheels were all the way back to the engine. So yeah, there's no way that was gonna be riding again. RIP OG Grom frame. It lasted months. You did not even get a full year out of you. So this is the bare Grom frame. Have it on stands with some towels, and I'm just gonna, now I'm gonna put the rear subframe, and then after that, I'll put, I guess, the new forks, and then I'm just gonna leave it here sitting. I guess I'll also put the swing arm. I'll just have it sitting with the engine off. Maybe I'll put it on, I'm not sure yet. I'm just waiting to get the new wheel, so I don't know what to do at this point. So just got home and immediately started working on the Grom again, but here we are. So these two bolts right here connect to this, and part of the frame that holds the part of the rear subframe, and then there's one long bolt, which is that one right there, with this nut, if I can find it. And that goes through this part and connects the top part of the rear subframe. So let's get this all stripped down and move everything to the new frame and get everything all put back together so I can go back to riding. Peace. So she's starting to take shape again. Got this mounted up. It's literally only 3 bolts and then a nut, and we're back. Just gotta put the swing arm on it again, as well as the motor and the front forks, and we're set. So I might not be installing this the way you would, but if you're doing it this way, make sure you remove this plastic and then install it after, so that the rear subframe can go in through there and you can put that bolt without issue. So I accidentally broke the kickstand sensor. Should have probably watched a video on how to take off and install the kickstand. Oh, but I got it back on, and I got most of the bare frame stuff back on here, so I'm gonna put the engine on and then just keep going from there. This is where we're at. I wanted to get the front forks on. These are the races that go in there, I believe. And yeah, I also don't know if the top and the bottom are different. They look to be identical, but I'm just gonna keep them the same. That's the bottom, that's the top. So yeah, what I've seen is you need to heat it up and then freeze these for a night or two, and then you drop them in with a mallet. So yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to this. Well, luckily I don't even have a front wheel right now, so I can take a break. I will do the swing arm later. My frame here, thank you to my friend Alex636 on Instagram. Yeah, thanks to him, I'm now going to put the forks back onto my frame and then put everything back together and wire it up. And then my wheel actually just got shipped, so it should be here on Tuesday. So then I'll take my old tire and wheel and see if I can get it removed from this rubber and put it onto the new rim. And then I'll also get these tires put onto my 50, and then I'll have both my bikes set up finally. So yeah, we'll see how everything ends. So this is my stopping point for the night. Got the subframe back on it with the wiring harness onto the new frame and everything I needed to transfer from the frame to the other frame. But for now, I'm just gonna take a break. I'm gonna enjoy my night. I have the motor there. That's gonna be the next thing I put into this frame. yeah, guys, this looks fucking great. Let's keep working on it. But yep, this is where we're at. We put the forks in, got everything all nice, the bearings, bearing race, all that stuff. Record much of the process because, you know, I just really wanted to get it done. But I took the frame today to get the bearing races installed. Got that installed, so I was able to put the front forks on. I took the Grom wheel from my old forks and installed it on this. It's backwards. The brakes should be on the other side, but that's how I'm gonna remember to not ride it. I also don't have a chain on it right now. I do have a chain, so I'll rechain it, but at the moment it's not there. But yeah, I basically have this all together now. I just have to rewire it up and put the plastics back on, but I have a working Grom again. I do wish I recorded some more of it, but overall, this process has been really insane. I've learned a lot about my bike, and even though I'm still not done, I'm very happy with this so far. Number 2, I didn't have the spark plug connected, so let's see now. It should turn on. Smells a lot like gas. There's definitely a leaks and stuff because I haven't connected everything properly, but it works. So
is that dangerous?
It can be.
Don't do that again, please.
Literally just sounds normal and good. Beautiful. Here's the Grom, mostly complete. Just still need to get that new front tire and rim. But yeah, I mean, she turns on, she goes into gear. I have the sprocket and chain installed. Clutch is slightly adjusted. It still feels really tight. I mean, it's supposed to feel tight. You're just supposed to have like a couple inches before, or millimeters before you get the engagement, which I do have now, but I will further adjust once I get, you know, the front tire and the shocks all set up so that I can actually roll around and under my own power. But yeah, overall very happy with the Grom, and just surprised how easy it was to put this back together and take it apart. I'm deciding to keep it. I might end up selling it in a year or two, a couple years maybe. But for now, she's mine. She's fucking perfect, and I love it. Gotta wrap the forks again black, like I had the other ones, the ones over there. But for the time being, I just want to make sure that everything's dialed in, that I can actually ride it without breaking, without it falling apart or breaking, and just focus on being a decent rider again, not getting hurt, and just enjoying the sport and, you know, hobby, and just not being dumb. But yeah, overall, beautiful bike.